Who are you? Think about it. Is who you are now who you were meant to be? At Baker College, we want to help you be more. More curious, more productive, more effective, and be more successful at it all. We can help you be more prepared for the future and more inspiring to future generations. The world is full of opportunities to be more than the status quo. The question is, are you ready to be more?
Good evening, everybody. Welcome inside historic Keyworth Stadium, where tonight play rolls on in the NPSL. Alongside my broadcast partner, John Krieger. My name is Neil Rule. Happy to have you with us wherever you may be watching around the world on your Watch City stream, brought to you by Baker College. And John, the stakes here tonight, pretty simple as we take a look at the Great Lakes Conference Division table. It's out front of Detroit City FC right now. You win, you guarantee yourself a spot in the playoffs, and that's what it all comes down to here tonight.
This is exactly where City wanted to be when the season began. Boils down to those four simple words: win and you're in. But when you talk about what Trevor James instilled in this team and what they've done on this run of 810 minutes of clean sheet football, they want more than this. This is the first step tonight. They put their clean sheet streak and their win streak and their unbeaten streak on the line against a team that will match them talent-wise, or at least come a little closer than their last couple of opponents. But they're at home in the regular season finale in front of their fans. This is what you play for. This is why they do what they do, and they're ready.
You talk about a clean sheet streak, 810 minutes. They haven't conceded a goal since May 19th. It was cold and raining back at that time. Grand Rapids FC in the road white kits. Detroit City FC will be in the customary Le Rouge. Let's check the starting 11 for Detroit City FC. The exact same 11 from last week. And John, that old adage, if it ain't broke, don't fix it, and it ain't broke.
Not at all. And you know what? When we were talking with Trevor James before today's contest, he mentioned the fact that they've been able to keep that same starting 11 has really fostered relationships, especially in midfield, where the 3-5-2 really can take hold of a contest. The fact that he's not had injuries he's had to deal with, the fact that you've been able to see the midfield five really get on the same page to provide service and open things up on the wings, well, that's exactly what he wanted, and it's paid dividends throughout this great streak of City football.
Let's check out your kickoff weather tonight here at Keyworth Stadium. Opening kick temperature 84 degrees. It's hot, it's humid, but it's electric here in Keyworth, as you see at the top of your screen. The Northern Guard with the black smoke. There's a vibe in the air here tonight. There's a feel. Everyone has a bounce. There's big stakes on the line.
You know what? The energy is palpable on a night like this. This is the best energy that I've seen at Keyworth Stadium.
There, right away, is a right-footed shot inside the 18 from Eric Connerty. Grand Rapids FC with the first dangerous chance.
It's the best energy that I've seen so far in this stadium this season, and really the best energy that I've seen at Keyworth since perhaps the St. Pauli friendly or the Necaxa friendly last year. But this time it's a league game. NGS were in the stadium early. Fans were in the stadium early. They're ready to go. They know that home field advantage means something, and they need to be a part of it. It's the fun summer nights that City was built on, and it's another one here tonight.
Danny Deacon with his first touch of the evening, the former Orlando City MLS Super Draft pick in 2017. Very talented Detroit City FC roster. And as had been the custom here in Keyworth Stadium, particularly early in these matches, DCFC now finding the majority of the possession. Here's Jalen Chrysler, long service up towards the 6. The starting keeper for Grand Rapids, Joe White, played at Hastings College in Nebraska, won an NAIA National Championship, NPS Midwest Championship with the Madison 56ers. Also 2 seasons in the PDL with Lansing United. Very seasoned in Midwest soccer.
Absolutely, but also grew up in the game. There are a lot of players on the Grand Rapids side of the ball tonight that have European experience and grew up native to the game in terms of learning the instinctual things that come with playing effective soccer. Joe White, a native of London, He played a season with Stevenage in their youth system. So he's had European experience. You've got a guy in terms of Dan Bully, who started, he's from Exeter, England. He's a reserve tonight. He played with Yeovil Town, Plymouth Argyle, the rest. You've got Max Mikola, who's a Finnish player. A lot of European experience, and that kind of growing up in the game can breed instinctual play.
Sean Lawson with the through ball up ahead to Curvin Kenton. Detroit City going to work. Here's Deacon one more time. We're in the 4th minute. No score, just underway. Neil Rule, John Krieger with you. Our Watch City stream brought to you by Baker College. DCFC will settle it down now and try the right side. There is Sean Lawson, second leading goal scorer in the Midwest region of the NPSL. Now had some company in that second spot, his teammate Max Todd after the hat trick last week.
Both of them with 8 goals on the season and a well-earned hat trick for Max Todd. The most telling thing for me, though, as we watch the City midfield press and force Grand Rapids back, you remember who the man of the match was last week? Becky Goodman.
I do.
Didn't have a goal. 6 goals. Man had a hat trick. And it was Becky Goodman that got the man of the match because it was recognized just how important his play in midfield was and how important the midfield service was to City being able to do what they wanted. We're seeing that again early tonight.
And a giveaway by Liam Bickett. Sean Lawson took it and sent it out. Here's Danny Deacon again with space and again on the move. Curvin Kenton. Good 1-2 there with Danny Deacon. Double team comes, Deacon doesn't care and wins a throw-in.
You know what? That's a heady little play. He had nowhere else to go with that. Just chip it off a defender and reset things.
There was the man of the hour last week, Max Todd, with a touch. Long go, sent high and wide of the frame early on. Detroit City FC with their first shot attempt of the evening. As that came off the right foot of Abdoulaye Diop. He started 6 matches for the Orlando City U19 team back in 2018, just 20 years old. His best soccer certainly ahead of him.
He's going to get even better as he learns to control his raw pace. He can run and he can shoot, but both of those things right now are I think, raw and can be seasoned. If he can learn how to harness some of the energy with which he plays the game, he's going to really turn into a seasoned veteran. And I think he's got the man on the Detroit City touchline to help him do that.
Becky Goodman, speaking of former MLS draft picks, was taken by the Seattle Sounders in the 3rd round of the 2017 Super Draft. Turning around, Musa Guille. Guille, the JUCO All-American last year at Eastern Florida State College. Well, I know college coaches lining up to try to get his services. Becky Goodman with it. Diop threads it through beautifully to Will Perkins. Perkins to the middle. Goodman can't control it. It's over the line and out. A throw-in coming up for Grand Rapids FC. 7-3-1. They sit in 3rd place in the table, coming off a 2-0 loss versus AFC Ann Arbor. These two teams squared off back on June 9th. That was a 0-0 draw. They did beat Ann Arbor in Ann Arbor, though, back on June 2nd by the score of 2-0. So certainly a very capable side. If they have title aspirations, this is a must-win situation for them.
Absolutely got to stay in the frame. One thing to note, City, I think, have the advantage of conditioning here today, and it isn't helped by the fact.
Deacon with the service, a double fist punch by the keeper White.
It isn't helped by the fact that Grand Rapids FC has had a really congested fixture list of late. Played a number of games with 2 and 3 days rest in a row. They're involved in the Milk Cup, something City does not take part in, and they were in the later stages of that competition.
The foul will be called against Jalen Chrysler.
And so they've had to run, you know, they were the favorites at home at Hausman Field last week against AFC Ann Arbor on Sunday, kicking off 2 hours before we did here at Keyworth. And by all accounts, they were just gassed. And they gave up a set-piece goal early and then a goal in stoppage time late to lose it but they didn't have the finishing talent that they'd had for a lot of the season. So it'll be interesting to see just how much is in the legs, especially on a night like tonight where the legs are going to be sapped. It is brutally hot out there. And conditioning is going to play a role tonight, Neil.
Ball popped over the goal line. You just saw Trevor James, head coach of Detroit City FC, and there's another look at Coach James in his first season. Spent 10 years in the MLS as an assistant coach with the LA Galaxy when David Beckham was there, also with the Portland Timbers. Director of scouting for the Chicago Fire, has worked for Barcelona, some small team called Barcelona as well.
Moscow club, I think.
A couple of up-and-coming players on that Barcelona side.
Couple, also, spend time with the England national setup, and hey, why not, know. We had a chance to talk with him for a few minutes before tonight's match, and really he is so pleased with the way this team has adapted to his system and the way they have taken on board a simple mantra of his, which is to play it forward if you can, but you don't have to. And he talks about the fact that perhaps some of these players at other points in their careers would shoot just to shoot, and he wants his players to be attacking, as you see City go through midfield here. But he wants them to be smart and move without the ball and create like this.
Through ball to Perkins, gets on the end of it, the shot, and the save is made by Joe White. A takedown inside the 18. The official says play on, but there's probably 7,000 plus referees in here that disagree with that sentiment.
Well, if
Deacon will turn with it.
If that's going to be the standard tonight, City's physicality will help them.
Here's Sean Lawson, lets it go through, curving Kenton across. Nobody on the other end for City. But a big attack moment for Will Perkins. And Joe White up to the task.
Nice save, and on the look on the replay, not a penalty. Just some contact, they went down. And City also could have been called on the leg sweep afterward for a foul the other way.
Long throw in ahead. Next time you come to Keyworth Stadium, be sure to take advantage of Wheelhouse Detroit's free bike valet. Check out wheelhousedetroit.com to learn more about the best tours of Detroit on two wheels. Neil Rule, John Krieger with you. 11th minute, no score. A couple of good chances early on for City. Grand Rapids FC has given it a go on multiple occasions. John, I think this was the match we expected, two of the real class, and there could be a booking possibly there. No, an advantage will be played, or no quick restart. Bakey Goodman has it. But these are two probably the best three sides in the Great Lakes Conference division, and it's showing here early on, 10 minutes plus in.
Absolutely. One of the things we're noticing immediately from Grand Rapids FC, they know they have the talent to perhaps not equal Detroit City, but certainly be in the ballpark. And so they are playing a much closer, more physical, higher and in-your-face game against City right now, where Columbus and Indiana and Toledo Villa were content to just sit back and kind of play Ali versus Foreman rope-a-dope and let the rope, take the impact of the punches. Now, this is slugfest here, and Grand Rapids right up in the face. One thing we're seeing already, Kervin Kenton, not as much joy on the wing. He's being challenged on that far side. Grand Rapids knows what he can do, and you're seeing much more challenge from the midfield of Grand Rapids to not allow the wingers for City to spring free on the touchlines.
Max Mikola will toss it in. Mikola, 22 goals for CD Almunicar in Spain last year. That was in just 17 matches, so he's certainly more than capable. He will throw it in one more time.
See, even this ball control by Grand Rapids, it's more patient possession than we've seen here in 3 or 4 matches at Keyworth. Targeted service, players moving better without the ball. City's going to have to adapt to this, and that's their biggest challenge tonight.
That serves it in, and Hunter Morse will make the grab relatively easily. Hunter Morse, clean sheet. Last week versus Toledo, clean sheet. It's Grand Rapids in Grand Rapids as well. And of course, since May 19th, it's been all clean sheets. It's been like a hotel at 1 p.m. Clean sheets everywhere for Detroit City FC.
I know I've seen you making that comment, and I agree with it wholeheartedly. City got away with a foul there.
Irvin Kenton will pop it high in the air, 50-50 ball. Liam Bickett will touch it ahead.
Well, that's ticky-tack for what you've let go so far today. Interesting.
Grand Rapids FC now in some prime position, straight on with the goal.
Biggest thing for City tonight, Neil. First of all, make sure the conditioning is that you watch the guys' hydration and cramping levels. That's going to be number one. Number two, you're going to see Grand Rapids challenge you more than your last 4 or 5 opponents have. You have to respond to that. You have to continue to do what Trevor James says his club does so well this season, which is the players without the ball move to give other people the opportunity to create plays.
Scott Doney looks to be the target. That's sent over top of everybody and everything, over top of the suites, all the way back to the food court area.
Fellas back there in the Strodex sausage tent getting involved in the action.
Can confirm. As we motor on towards the 15th minute. It's been a good opening 15 minutes, though, of action. Both sides really taking their turns. Here's Sean Lawson. Will Perkins.
And see, there's that challenge right there. That's something that City's last few opponents wouldn't have done. Stepping into a passing lane there. Being confident enough to challenge the ball because you're confident enough in your defenders behind you to catch you if you get beat.
TJ Ifatoroti stepping up into that, plays his college soccer at Davenport, scored 53 goals in his career, was an NAIA first-team All-American as well. And that really is something in doing the prep for this match. When you go up and down Grand Rapids FC roster, quality players everywhere they've been, across the professional ranks in Europe, college as well. There's some good service up the left side. Let's drop back for Mikola. Bit of miscommunication as he collided with Liam Bickett. Detroit City will take it away.
Nice step through there, nice play in the middle, and nice job by, look at that. Jean-Claude Lawson is taking possession of that ball back in his own half. That's a forward tracking back to be an extra body and try to win the battle in midfield by sheer numbers. That's unselfish play from a young man who continues to see his game develop.
Jake Vanderlaan, the former Golden Grizzly, wings it over towards the left touchline. Fighting injuries as of late, talking with him before the match. He's as healthy as he's been in a couple years. It's good to see Jake back out there.
There's a lot of that on the Grand Rapids side. As we were taking a look at some of their biographical information, there's a lot of struggled with injuries last year, struggled with injuries the last couple years. Now you see a lot of guys healthy and back.
Joe White booms it down the pitch. Jalen Chrysler, as he often does, wins that battle. Mikola again, this time a little bit too far, but Max Mikola, John, has been the prevailing target for Grand Rapids FC on that left side.
Yeah, they're trying to run it up that wing. They see something there they want to take advantage of. But credit where credit is due. See, City has 3 center backs in that back 3 there. The middle center back right now, Stephen Carroll, is shifting over and cutting off one of the passing lanes to try to feed Mikola. And I like that assertive play from him to come over and recognize and commit and be an extra body marking him.
Danny Deacon to Bakey Goodman. Musagie. Detroit City FC now taking their turn at the build-up. The patience they've shown this season to let things develop has been impressive.
I will say this. They look a little out of sorts right now, Neil. They're being patient and they're doing things right, but I think they're The Borg Collective is recalculating what it is to fight against Grand Rapids and realizing that they don't have as much time on the ball as they've had the last couple weeks.
Sean Lawson wide on the right side. Diop. Max Todd was a target in the middle, but here's Will Perkins. Max Todd sent it to Jacob Vanderlaan. Todd taken down. Wanted the whistle, does not get it. Vanderlaan, long service up ahead. Ifataroti makes the receive of the pass and spins around. Mendoza. Grand Rapids FC now with some space to work in.
And a nice job by City there with a trio of players shutting off, not attacking the ball, attacking the passing lanes and forcing Grand Rapids into a mistake.
You talked about it too, that the trio of defenders, the triangle was moving in unison perfectly.
Right over to adjust. They know right now the left side of the pitch is where Grand Rapids is trying to attack. They've shaded over there.
Will Perkins a bit unlucky. Doney with the cross, nobody on the other side. Scott Doney, third-team All-American senior year at Midwestern State. He's the all-time leading goal scorer for Grand Rapids FC. Sean Lawson was the target there. Jacob Vanderlaan marking him. Couple of Golden Grizzlies going at it, John. I know that brings a lot of joy to your heart.
It does, if only because I have a lot of respect for what Eric Pogue does and the program he has built there. I think in terms of, you have Michigan State that made it to the College Cup, and you have a lot of programs in this state that get a lot more recognition than what Eric Pogue has done in the Horizon League. And you look at the NPSL rosters, and then, of course, the league below that here around the state of Michigan as well. And you got a lot of kids that wore gold and black that are anchors of their teams. And it's because what Eric Pogue is doing up in Oakland is creating a pipeline to this kind of level of the game to where you can learn at Oakland and get noticed. So, yeah, it does bring me joy because I like the growth of the game in Metro Detroit. And even before there was City, there was college soccer up in Rochester.
Max Todd towards the left side. Here's Danny Deacon, 21st minute. Max Todd toe pokes it across the pitch. Will Perkins. Perkins, the curl towards the 6, headed away. Header taken on the far sideline. Austin Swike sees it go over the touchline. Quick throw in for City. Grand Rapids not quite ready for it. Here's Bakey Goodman to Danny Deacon. Danny Deacon couldn't get it settled down. Now the ball goes over the line. And a goal kick upcoming. Foley Warehouse is the official pre-match bar of Detroit City FC. Next time you come to a City home match, make sure to stop by the Foley Warehouse beforehand to take part in the official march to the match. You need to do that if you're a City fan and you haven't done that yet. You owe it to yourself to go over there and take part in those festivities.
We're about a quarter of the way through here, Neil, and 2 impressions early. Number 1, Grand Rapids' plan is working because, and one of the big things I'm noticing is one of the big differences for City, as a nice defensive play there by Stephen Carroll to play it out, is that Kervin Kenton has been non-existent in the first 20 minutes of this match because he has had to sit back and serve as a short-term outlet instead of a destination for service. And he hasn't had the freedom to run up the wings. He's been tracking back and been being more defensive, which is good because he's needed to be. But he has not been the flowing fullback that he's been the last few weeks. And you can credit that to how Grand Rapids has marked him and the patience they've had in midfield.
Third minute. Grand Rapids FC continuing with their possession. Sean Lawson with the pressure. Forces a ball across the goal line, but you talked about it, John Krieger. Sean Lawson, very active defensively from that forward spot.
Yeah, he is a box-to-box player in terms of being willing to track back. He's not a fox at the box. He's not going to sit up there and make people come to him. He's going to get back and play. He's going to be a teammate. He's a good kid. And he's been a good servant for this club for a long time.
Remember, if you're watching at home on the Watch City stream brought to you by Baker College, send us a tweet with the hashtag Watch City. We'll read some of those as the match in the evening rolls on. Very warm night here in Keyworth. Sean Lawson on the move. He will get there first.
Settle it down.
Double team comes right away. Sean Lawson tried to win a corner. Instead, Vanderlaan will come out to clear it away.
Sean got rushed there.
Will Perkins taken down, but recovering very nicely. Abdoulaye Diop. Here's Max Todd, the hat trick last week.
Players without the ball got to be better moving right now, Neil. They're standing a bit.
Mikkola will send it down the pitch. Stephen Carroll, though, right there on the scene. Will Perkins. Sent up ahead. Perkins with some pace. Perkins with the cross. Max Todd keeps it, still has it at the top of the 18. Bakey Goodman winds up. That shot is blocked. Here's Sean Lawson, though. He gives it a go with the left foot. Just misses that left post in the upper left 90. Sean Lawson, not really a player that's known for his lethalness from distance, but is more than capable of giving it a go. I've seen it throughout his college career, as we will get a hydration break on the pitch as we just cross the 25-minute mark.
And look at that, 4 markers on Todd, and then Lawson turns, plants, and goes. Not as close as he would have liked, but that at least puts it in the mind of Grand Rapids that that shot is an option, because what we saw before that replay started was 4 defenders collapsing on Max Todd. The minute Lawson shows that from the top of the D he's unafraid to shoot, one of those defenders has to respect that shot. That creates more space for Max.
This gives us an opportunity to get caught up with those Watch City tweets. Franzi tweets at us, says, "Kidney stones won't keep me for my Watch City broadcast. Let's go, boys." And there's a picture of the television. Looks like he's in the hospital.
She is
my apologies, yeah.
Is one of our match day photographers, and all I have to say is, so what is it? It's kidney stones.
I was looking down at John Fair's television screen.
Kidney stones. If you're a Friends fan.
Our good friend Adam Jose, a little Detroit City FC while at dinner for the wife's birthday. Broadcast is on point. Adam's a little biased. Of course, we miss you, buddy. We know you'll be back at it. Douglas LaHue watching from the office tonight. I respect that. Anytime you don't do work and you get to watch City, you certainly get my support. Grant tweets to us, watching from Tennessee. Sing loud, sing proud, Northern Guard. So just a little update on where everybody's from. Miko watching from Chicago today. It's going to be a party tonight. I agree, Miko. It's always a party here. So we are back to action as Hunter Morse looks to trigger the City attack. Will Perkins has played some good minutes. Here, pass up ahead to Max Todd. Deacon. Perkins. Jake Vanderlaan comes to intercept.
That was great. 3 touches, and then Danny Deacon put a ball forward. He expected Will Perkins to be moving, and Perkins a little slow off the boil to go, but much better play from the restart for City. more targeted passes, more movement.
Max Todd more out towards midfield, and John Max a little further back than he typically has been over the course of the last couple matches.
And that is, again, because of what Grand Rapids is doing. Grand Rapids right now has been, whoops, hang on. I just got the naughty boy talk.
Will Perkins down on the ground right now, and Detroit City FC is excited to have Henry Ford Health System as the official sports medicine provider of DCFC. Learn more at henryford.com. The people, the fine folks from Henry Ford, though, will not come out onto the pitch for this, as Will Perkins will do his best Taylor Swift and shake it off.
Oh, man. You brought Taylor Swift into it. Have I mentioned I can't stand her? Have we had that discussion?
Sounds like you got a lot of bad blood, but you used to have mad love.
Wow.
I could do this all night, Krieger, so just cut your losses right now, take the L, and move on.
I'm gonna let you have that one, partner.
Sean Lawson inside the 18. The shot off the half volley goes just wide of the right post.
Vladimir Babayev got the footsteps into Sean's head, and he rushed the shot. Babayev wasn't in a position to make a play on the ball. He was to the side of Sean, but he could hear him closing, and he rushed his shot.
It looked like that ball might have took, because of the English on it, might have fooled Sean a little bit off the bounce. It looked like it hit the turf and it grabbed a little bit further to the left than he might have anticipated. Sean Lawson, second leading goal scorer in the conference in the Midwest region. 8 goals on the season.
That's an interesting challenge in midair. Easy win for City. But then a longer ball. See, that's what City's done so far today. A lot of speculative balls through midfield.
I like to call them hopeful balls.
Hoof and hope.
Yeah.
That's a nice touch.
There's Sean Lawson. Can he get on the end of it? He does. Moves towards the 18. The cross over top of Max Todd. But I'll tell you what, though, John, you can see it right now. The attack amping up just a little bit. And this is the time in the match, typically. You get about a third of the way through. City has felt things out. Now they're starting to make their move. Now they're starting to work wide and come across.
Well, it's just like, you're a motor. Your first 20 minutes, you're in first gear, shift into second. Now you hit the clutch and you drop down into third gear and you start asking questions. And the touches have gotten better for City in the last couple of minutes. Better ball control with the first touch.
Scott Doney had it for a second, but a dangerous giveaway. That shot goes just wide of the left post. Eric Connerty nearly put Grand Rapids FC ahead. A very bad giveaway. That is something we have not seen from City.
No, and that is City being rushed by the more aggressive play of Grand Rapids. They're not taking as much time in situations like that. You didn't need to worry about that against Columbus and Indiana and Toledo Villa because they weren't challenging your first touch. Grand Rapids is. And that was a rushed touch.
Here's Danny Deacon. Abdoulaye Diop. Perkins, Todd, Deacon. Deacon dispossessed. Liam Bickett through the middle. Ifataroti had it for a moment, lost it. That foul will go against Grand Rapids.
Stephen Carroll with a professional job of winning that foul. City bailed out a little bit there because two players had gone for the same ball.
Professional is a good word to describe Stephen Carroll, the Black Arrow Award winner last season. He's one of those dudes you never worry about. You put him back there every minute of every match, doesn't matter. You never hear much about him because that's the nature of his position. He just eliminates threats.
You know, it's interesting. I was watching Ken Burns baseball the other day, and they were talking about the Yankees of the 50s when they were winning all those world championships. And they asked Casey Stengel what his secret to success was. He said, I never played a game without my boy. And his boy was Yogi Berra, that he would keep on the field, sometimes catching, sometimes. But Berra would always be in the lineup because Berra was the guy he could always count on to make a play. Well, for Trevor James, Stephen Carroll is that kind of Yogi. If Trevor James were Casey Stengel, I would have to believe that Stephen Carroll would be his Yogi Berra. He's the guy you pen his name in on the team sheet. He's reliable and good at his job.
Ifatoruti sets it up, and Grand Rapids FC strikes. For the first time in over 800 minutes, City has conceded a goal. Eric Connerty does the deal. TJ Ifaratori set everything up. And this crowd here at historic Keyworth Stadium is stunned. And how about that move?
We had a booking after the goal here, Neil. And that is a great move.
With some brilliance.
That is a nice setup play. That is not against the run of play at all. It's been coming for Grand Rapids FC. They've been equal to the task here tonight, and they are deserving leaders. 843 minutes and 17 seconds.
That's the
end of the scoreless streak. Of course, that's, as someone pointed out on Twitter this week, that doesn't include stoppage time in that total. It's actually longer than that. But we go by official minutes. Well, we thought perhaps City might get an early one here tonight, the way they've been playing these last few matches. It turns out it's Grand Rapids, but now City is going to have to chase this game a little bit. They know what's at stake.
Well, John, you look at this matchup too with the very like formations, the 5-3-2s on both sides. Certainly a boxing match out there. There's no question about it. Possession very tough to come by for extended periods of time. And there will be leakage if you try to attack, and we saw a little bit of that leakage.
Absolutely. 10 men in midfield, both with the 3-5-2 formation. And right now, with their aggressive challenges, Grand Rapids just better at moving the ball. And if you even look at that play down the far touchline there, City's defender in position, but just lost the battle.
And Abdoulaye Diop will come over to put water on that potential fire. Ifa Taroti has been a menace for DCFC. Here comes Max Todd, steps through Perkins, making a run. Todd finds him. Will Perkins, the shot. The stop is made by Joe White.
Nice shot by White to make the save with his feet. Perkins had about a step more time.
Here's Danny Deacon with it. Detroit City very quickly back to the attack. Max Todd, been a goal-scoring machine. Service for Sean Lawson is too far. Detroit City with their best opportunity.
Beautiful ball through. Perkins had about a step more time, and I think he would, if he had that back, I think he would want to place that just about anywhere but where he did.
I would agree.
He made that save a little easier for White. I think his plant leg came in and he scuffed his shooting foot, and it curved it toward the keeper. But you had a lot of space there, and he'll know that there probably could have been a better placement for that shot.
Joe White booms that one down the pitch. The wind is at the back of Grand Rapids FC a little bit here tonight at Keyworth.
And there's Max Todd tracking back. Sends a ball. See, that's Max Todd playing the last couple weeks. He's expecting Kervin Kenton to be up that wing when he's putting that ball through. He's expecting Kenton to come forward. He's expecting Giap to come forward. He's expecting a lot more action up the wings to be able to try to create something, and that movement hasn't been there because City's wing players tonight have had to sit back because the midfield is so congested and Grand Rapids has been so aggressive.
Liam Bickett touched it ahead. Grand Rapids looking to attack again. That foul will go against Jalen Chrysler. Chrysler from Gonzaga University. Spent some time with the Seattle Sounders U23 team, a first-team performer in the West Coast Conference as a senior. You look at the size of Chrysler, certainly very attractive for the professional ranks.
He is a built young man, what you need to be.
That ball sent inside the 18. But it's been impressive, John. After Grand Rapids conceded the dangerous opportunity, they have dug in.
There it is.
Here comes Kervin Kenton with some space on the left. He cruises down the left side. 1v1. Kenton still with it. Goes to Bakey Goodman. D up. Todd to the middle. No one on the other end at the top of the D. But as I was saying, John, Grand Rapids conceded that opportunity. But ever since then now has come back and really taken the fight to City. They're not sitting back at all.
No, not at all. They're gonna go down fighting in this match. If they get burned by being too aggressive, so be it. But they weren't gonna sit back and let probably the paciest and most technically advanced team in the division beat them. And they've done a good job of punching City square in the mouth.
Danny Deacon spins. D up. Chrysler. City now with the dedicated build-up. But of course, John, when you dedicate your possession like this, you give that 5-3-2 a chance to get into that defensive shell. It's tough to crack.
And now, as City's trying to set something up on the wing, there we go. That's the movement. The 3-5-2 is entirely dependent on people moving without the ball. And that's better. That's better.
And it will trickle across for a corner, the first of the evening, second of the evening for City.
Perkins moved forward. Kenton moves forward. Bakey moving without the ball. That's better setup play. It's the only way a 3-5-2 works is if the 5 are moving without the ball.
Danny Deacon with it, with Max Todd. And now there's some friendly banter inside the 6 that the official comes over and says, all right, guys, that's friendly enough.
From the west side of the state, don't get together all that often. Saying hi.
And here we go. Corner played short. Bakey Goodman goes to Deacon across, just over top of Stephen Carroll, who made his way in. More tweets with the hashtag #WatchCity. Social Romantiker from Watching City from Barcelona. Detroit City are the Barcelona of the NPSL.
If memory serves, by the way, Social was the gentleman that checked in last week from Morocco. That's a heck of a globe-trotting week.
That's a heck of a recall by you.
Starting in...
I got to get to Morocco. Maybe I'll hit our guy up, Social. He seems like he's pretty deep in the streets.
Man, well,
he's probably a dude I got to roll through Morocco with.
Start the week in, Marrakesh.
Yeah.
Ended in Barcelona. That's a good week.
Some light work, I got to get with my guy. That ball will just trickle over the line, out of the reach of Abdoulaye Diop. Mike Garrison checking in from Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. Watch City. Boys and Ruse watching from home with tonsillitis. Not saying my fate is tied to the outcome of tonight's match, but let's just win and not take any chances.
Yeah, how you doing right now, man?
Absolutely.
So the DCFC, DC Embassy there, and the good man Pat Host is out there at the Ivy in Coney. I'll tell you what, I've been to that spot. You want to take a trip to a spot, maybe for a road match, Neil? Head yourself out to DC and head over to the Ivy in Coney. Best Coney dogs outside of Detroit. and Stroh's available as well.
"43rd minute. Grand Rapids FC out in front. Eric Connerty the goal in the 35th minute. That is where we stand.
It's been a while since I've said this, but I think City want to get to the dressing room. They need a rethink, and I think Trevor James will relish the 15 minutes. He'll want them to be better with their touches. He'll want more movement. And you know what? Part of it is it's flipping hot out there, man. It's tough to always be running without the ball when you're running through the pea soup humidity that we have here, and that humidity and heat is sapping your legs. You want to try to conserve. You can't in this system.
Here's Will Perkins. Deacon. Sean Lawson, the target. Max Todd, the shot. He bangs it off the left post.
There it was. Todd lethal. And a very unkind upright. Great passing by City in the attacking third there. And look, on the wing again. Now they're moving. Here comes the service.
Danny Deacon, but the flag is up on the near sideline. City in ahead of the play as we move in to the 45th minute. Remember, Lyft is the official rideshare partner of Detroit City FC. Be sure to take a Lyft the next time you come to a match at Keyworth. They have the dedicated drop-off zone right outside the stadium. Drop you right off on the doorstep. And of course, too, that frees you up to enjoy all that Keyworth Stadium has to offer, if you catch my drift.
You mean the company that's on the front of the jerseys?
That's, I'm just saying. You could do that if you were so inclined.
Or some other things.
Some other things as well. Distillery bars, all that.
Oh, here we go.
Sean Lawson. This is onside. Lawson tries to step through, but the keeper, White, able to obstruct it and touches it over the line.
Well, there's about 4 of his 9 lives gone. If Sean could have gotten a boot up there and chipped him, that would have been sweet.
There will be 2 minutes of stoppage time. City's had the better of it, of course, the last 7 or 8 minutes. Here's Danny Deacon with the left foot. He goes just wide of the right post.
I thought
John, Detroit City buzzing the tower over the last 5 or 6 minutes.
They are indeed. Unfortunately, the pattern is still full. And they'd like to be able to equalize. But what we've seen here, and that Sean Lawson run, probably the best thing right before halftime, Neil, because it reminds Grand Rapids of what he is capable of doing. And it may cause them just to take that one step back that will allow the midfield to have extra time on the ball. That can only be a good thing for City. And also the Todd shot that rang the upright. Just reminding Grand Rapids of how quickly City can move. Put that in the heads for the second half.
Adam Imposter Pierogi tweets at us, "I'm so here for the Taylor Swift references. # Watch City. Please keep going, Neil Roll. All night we could do this. All night. Just so you know.
Please, dear
God, it's up to John Krieger. It's not up to me.
No. Got to call a halt.
Pakey Goodman with it. In the final moments of the first half, here's Sean Lawson. Perkins with the chip. A little breakdown in communication.
And with the end of that attack, I think you're about to see the half come to an end. Unless they decide to let City have one more forward attack. And play in midfield.
The whistle sounds and 45 minutes are complete. And for the first time in a long time, Detroit City FC has conceded a goal, and that is the difference in the match right now. Eric Connerty in the 35th minute. 1-0 Grand Rapids FC with the lead. John, your impressions of the first 45?
My impressions are that City can win this if they play like they've played for the last 8 matches. They are clearly the technically superior team. They haven't played like it in the first 45. They've been rushed. They need to remember what got them to this point of challenging for the division lead. They need to move better without the ball. If they do that, good things happen in the second half. But credit where credit is due to Grand Rapids. Halftime stats, City. And this is the difference. You remember last week at the half, City had 5 shots and 4 on target in the opening frame. Here, 7 shots, just 2 on frame. And then Grand Rapids, 3 shots, but 2 on frame and a goal. City can be better. They need to be in the second half.
So we will take our halftime break, come back, get you the second half of action. As always, the Watch City stream brought to you by Baker College. 1-0, Grand Rapids FC with the lead. We'll be right back with the second half. This is Detroit City FC Soccer on the Watch City stream brought to you by Baker College.
Who are you? Think about it. Is who you are now who you were meant to be? At Baker College, we want to help you be more. More curious, more productive, more effective, and be more successful at it all. We can help you be more prepared for the future and more inspiring to future generations. The world is full of opportunities to be more than the status quo. The question is, are you ready to be more? Who are you? Think about it. Is who you are now who you were meant to be? At Baker College, we want to help you be more. More curious, more productive, more effective, and be more successful at it all. We can help you be more prepared for the future and more inspiring to future generations. The world is full of opportunities to be more than the status quo. The question is, are you ready to be more?
Welcome back inside historic Keyworth Stadium. Just about ready to go for the second half of play. Grand Rapids FC with a 1-0 lead over Detroit City FC. Neil Rule, John Krieger back with you. And as we take a look at the standings here, just reminding everybody what's at stake. A win for Detroit City FC would book their trip to the playoffs. Grand Rapids FC, in the meantime, with a win, trying to get back in the mix as well. But the second half is underway. Your Watch City stream brought to you by Baker College. Detroit City FC now, I believe, with the same 11 as I peruse out on the pitch. And John, we saw over the course of the last 5 minutes of that first half, really Max Todd and Sean Lawson splitting, making some runs in behind, really seemed to turn the tide of this match.
It did, partially because they were a little too bunched up there for a lot of the first half, and it allowed fewer defenders to mark them. When they split, when they move, you've got to spread out that back line.
Ifatoroti with a cross, and no one on the other side for Grand Rapids FC. But TJ Ifatoroti has been a force here this evening for Grand Rapids FC. Remember, you can send tweets with the hashtag WatchCity as well. The Taylor Swift back and forth certainly has seemed to gain a lot of popularity, much to the demise of my broadcast partner, John Krieger. But hey, you know,
there's no accounting for taste. It's fine.
You know, they said we were never, ever getting back together, but here we are in the second half.
Well, my friend, it's good to be back together with you. Just, dear God,
look at what you made me do.
Just don't sing Tim McGraw, okay?
I'm not. If I went to, there's a shot that goes wide. If I was going to sing, there'd just be a blank space right here. Lindsey Pearson's given the thumbs up too. She's feeling this right now. 2 thumbs up. That's
if
incredible.
if you'd picked any other artist but Taylor Swift, who's made millions of dollars over singing 4 songs over and over again, I'd be much more about it.
As the red smoke with the black smoke pours out of the stands here at Keyworth Stadium. 48th minute. Grand Rapids FC got the goal from Eric Connerty in the 35th. And that is where we stand.
And Neil, it was a well-deserved goal. And again, Grand Rapids FC doing a nice job moving the ball here in the first 2-3 minutes of the second half. City's got to get off the boil, or they got to get going, got to get on the boil here in the second half. Their wing backs need to move, and they need to better control their first touches. That's something that wasn't there in the first 45 minutes until, as you said, later in the half when conditioning, I think, helped them and they were able to find some space.
Austin Swike will serve the corner. 17 matches started at Michigan as a sophomore. That thing was loose inside the 18 for a second, but Alex Mendoza sends it over top of the line. But we're talking about Austin Swike. Was a high school All-American at Jenison High School, part of the always talented Michigan Wolverine side.
Got a lot of guys on the Grand Rapids FC squad that had promising high school careers. Guy that's not here tonight, Anthony Bowie, who's also on their squad, was a 4-year letter winner at Forest Hill Central and was Mr. Soccer at one point, a Gatorade All-American. So they've culled the west side of the state in some pretty good soccer programs.
That ball played back to the keeper, Joe White, who's made multiple clutch saves here tonight for Grand Rapids FC. That ball headed ahead and over the line. Strategic Staffing Solutions is the official partner of DCFC's annual International Series. Detroit City FC hosts FC Juarez of Liga MX on July 10th. Tickets are now available at tickets.detcityfc.com.
We'll be here for that one, partner. That's going to be fun.
It will be fun. There's always a lot of juice in the building here. It's great to see the Liga MX fans. They roll out in mass. When Necaxa came through here last year, you thought the Beatles were in town.
I'll tell you, and it's one of my favorite moments.
You thought Taylor Swift was in town.
Thank you. Right? You know, you're just going to keep throwing it at me all night. Yeah, although the Necaxa guy is far more talented than Taylor. But when Necaxa was in town last year, one of my favorite moments as a city commentator was watching them after their pre-match warm-ups, coming off the pitch, and there was a line about 30 deep of kids, all wearing Liga MX jerseys, stopped to sign every autograph, all of them. And that night introduced that community to City as well. And I think you see a lot of fans back here this year as they've bought into what the club has done to grow Detroit.
You would say those young Liga MX fans, that was their wildest dreams to meet their heroes.
I refuse to engage.
Okay. That's all right. The people have spoken, John. You're powerless to stop it right now.
It's all right.
Here's Kervin Kenton on the left side. Kervin Kenton is shut down on that attempt, but Danny Deacon has it. Bakey Goodman. Goodman one more time to the middle. Grand Rapids FC continues to frustrate on that left side. Kervin Kenton makes a move, chips his cross, but that will go behind the frame.
Kervin Kenton getting forward. Kervin, we asked Trevor James about Kervin before the match today, and we talked about the fact that maybe under previous manager here, Kervin wasn't asked to move forward as far, and I asked Trevor, what's his response been to being given that freedom? He says he loves it. All fullbacks, they just want to be attackers. They want to get forward. They don't want to get back and play defense. So the ability to go byline to byline, to be able to take that wing spot and move, Kervin's really adapted well to it, and he moves well.
Perkins' pass kept in along the touchline by Sean Lawson, steps through, and Lawson hit with the foul. We saw that red smoke over there earlier a few moments ago. My good friend John Stephanitis texted me, let me know. People from Chicago popping smoke with that large TIFO are the Arson City Ultras of the Chicago Fire, paying a visit to Keyworth today. Good respect from both supporter sides for them to be able to do that. And there's a good look at the TIFO.
Strong
good smoke show they put on.
It's a strong supporter community in Chicago, and a good soccer community. And it's nice that they want to come visit an environment like this. It says an awful lot about the supporter culture that's created here in Detroit.
Sean Lawson had it for a moment. That ball threaded through and now cleared along that far touchline. Boy, Scott Doney was in a very dangerous spot for a moment. There's a left foot chip that will go wide of that left post by Max Mikola. And boy, John, it's interesting. Every time you think Detroit City FC is going to tilt the pitch and going to dominate the possession, Grand Rapids comes back with a quality opportunity.
Absolutely. And right now, if you were to take a look at the formation with a wide shot, what you'd see is that what is supposed to be a back three for City is really a back five. Those two wing backs, Perkins and Kenton, that we count on to bomb forward if you're a City faithful, they're tracking back. They're having to play a little more defense. Kervin Kenton further back on the pitch.
Here comes a booking for Abdoulaye Diop. It's Jake Vanderlaan. I believe that was Jake Vanderlaan down on the pitch. No, it is not. As a matter of fact, Alex Mendoza down on the line. So Diop in the books in the 54th minute. Keep an eye on that moving forward.
Grand Rapids FC taking a long time over this. Looks like they want to deposit it right at the top of the box and hope for a deflection on, or you could see it played out wide where they've got a winger in space. So you've got a couple options. Too deep.
That ball headed away. Musagie up to that challenge across the touchline. More tweets coming in with the hashtag Watch City. Our good buddy Gus Macker, Emperor of the Florida Keys, checking in from the boat in Key Largo, loving the Taylor Swift talk. Mama Maggie, happy to hear the guard end. John on the mic, we need a goal, boys. And I would think, Gus, there are about 7,000 folks here that echo your sentiments. They want a reason to get crazy. Mike Garrison tweets at us, hey, John Krieger, what did Taylor Swift do to you? Hashtag Watch City. I think we're discovering some stuff here today.
It's a 45-minute long therapy session here. Well,
Curvin Kenton unable to get on the end of that one.
It's just that I respect talent and she has none. It's okay. It's fine.
Grand Rapids will toss it in quickly. Curvin Kenton will knock it down. There's Bakey Goodman. Nice ball to Max Todd. Todd looking for Deacon. Deacon can't catch up to it.
This is better. Look at that play through midfield. Nice play out to the wing. Now move. There you go. Cut it back inside. Now, near wing needs to move. There's the space where Kenton used to be up front. And it was instead played to empty space, and Curvin had to track back and keep possession. City's trying to cross it, but they're trying to switch the field. The problem is they're not in unison right now with their man movement and moving without the ball. They're just, this looks an awful lot like, and I hate to say it because it's the last time they lost here at Keyworth, looks an awful lot like the Kalamazoo match. It's a match full of almosts for City. One half touch, one half step, one miscommunication, one pass behind a man. And they need to find the rhythm they've had in the last few matches.
Curvin Ken with a nifty ball to Max Todd. Todd doubled right away.
And Lawson on the other side of the box.
Got through. Todd, the cross was looking for Sean Lawson. And that was headed away. Here's Chrysler stepping up into space. Chrysler sends it just ahead for Bakey Goodman, out of his reach. That brings us to our weekly trivia presented by Fago. This week's question: how many MPSL game clean sheets has DCFC keeper Owen Finnerty had this season? How many clean sheets in MPSL play has Owen Finnerty kept this season for City? We'll have the answer for you coming up in just a couple of moments. There is Max Todd, had the hat trick last week as he went to work.
And look at him fighting through that physical challenge. Just Todd right there, muscles through a man, picks his head up, great service in, and that's a heck of a play by the center back for Grand Rapids. Look out.
That whistle will sound, and the foul goes against Grand Rapids.
It's a nice job by the official to stop play up there. Would have been an easy no call.
And fans, remember, Level 1 Bank is the official sponsor of the Level 1 VIP section at Keyworth Stadium. Take your match day experience to the next level with on-field seating, unlimited food and drinks for just $50. Purchase your tickets in the Level 1 VIP section at tickets.detcityfc.com.
Nice move to Bakey. Nice job by Diop to stay engaged.
Max Todd. Get the feeling if someone's going to break through, it might be Max Todd. Danny Deacon with the service. Just over top of his target.
This is much better for City the last 5 minutes. Much better ball movement the last 5 minutes. Much better physical play the last 5 minutes. There, look at Stephen Carroll.
Finds Danny Deacon. Deacon steps through, he still has it. Carroll kept on moving, he's down near the top of the 18. Chrysler will step up. He sends it through, back heel. Stephen Carroll wanted the handball. I thought so too, in real time anyway.
That'd be an interesting one to get a look at because Stephen doesn't normally gesture at the referees.
He doesn't go begging.
Maybe off the shoulder. We'll wait and see.
Ball chipped back out. Detroit City FC will reset and make another move. Max Todd with it.
Temperatures dropped a few degrees, Neil, and the wind has freshened here. And City is playing into it.
Yep. And the wind has shifted as some clouds have moved in.
Oh, nice move by Bakey.
Finds Deacon. Here's Kervin Kenton. Kenton's cross all the way through. Sidekick attempt lined up by Will Perkins. Pass never found its mark.
He was ready to lock and fire. Played into the box.
Right there.
Shoulder. That's a good call. Good call by the official. That would have been a soft handball pin.
Would it have been as soft as
Moses Sissoko's? No. No, right. I'm there with you. Sorry you're going. By the way, congratulations, buddy. We didn't talk about this. We teased it last week, but we didn't talk about it. Congratulations to your Reds for winning the Champions League. More importantly, congratulations to George Chamakov's Reds for winning the champ. I was down at City Clubhouse to watch the Champions League final, and George Chamakov was jumping higher than Energizer Bunny when the second goal went in for Liverpool and when things got salted away. So for him, I'm all right.
As the heavens have opened up here a little bit at historic Keyworth Stadium, as you see in your screen, the rain falling pretty good. That wind has picked up.
And actually, this is going to benefit City. It's going to slicken the pitch just a little bit.
Speed the game up.
Yep.
James DeCosimo comes in. And that cross got all the way through off the deflection. Off the corner, actually. And goes just over the line. So DeCosimo comes in. Trained at Newcastle Youth Academy, the women's assistant coach at Saginaw Valley State, as a good rain shower comes down.
And I think it's being stopped.
That is the case. The referee blows the whistle, and you can see it on your screen. There's nothing light about this rain that's falling
now
at Keyworth as the fans go moving for cover.
I don't know if there was lightning that the referee saw. Normally they wouldn't stop just for rain, although this is some pretty good rain.
As you see it on your screen, and now it's picking up in intensity as well.
Well, this is going to change this game. And so the clock stopped at 61 minutes, so you got a half hour left. This downpour, provided it's short, we don't have puddles, is going to slicken up this pitch. And that's going to benefit City and the way that they will play.
So we will be in a weather delay for the foreseeable future. Do not have an official word as to how long the delay might be. I would say check Detroit City FC on Twitter. And right now it's not clear if there was lightning, but that may be the case. But right now we are going to go into a weather delay. We will jump back on the stream the moment we get word as to what the situation will be. So the clock is stopped at 61:31. Grand Rapids FC with a 1-0 lead. We'll take a weather break, come back, and get you the rest of this one here from historic Keyworth Stadium. This is the Watch City Stream, brought to you by Baker College.
Who are you? Think about it. Is who you are now who you were meant to be? At Baker College, we want to help you be more. More curious, more productive, more effective, and be more successful at it all. We can help you be more prepared for the future and more inspiring to future generations. The world is full of opportunities to be more than the status quo. The question is, are you ready to be more? Who are
Welcome back inside historic Keyworth Stadium. A delay of about just under 2 hours now complete. The rain continues to fall, but the Lightning has moved out of the area. So, on what has become a de facto Taylor Swift broadcasting night, John, I guess you could say we are out of the woods as far as the Lightning is concerned. The whistle sounds, and away we go. Soccer back in action.
Well, Neil, as we get back to action here, a couple things to note. First of all, this has kind of been the great equalizer in terms of getting ready for the last half hour of this match. I had thought that if we kept playing, City's conditioning and their, I think, superior physical talent would have ruled the day, because you could have seen the opportunity for Grand Rapids to get a little gassed as the game went on. Teams have now sat, they've rested. It's going to be interesting to see who gets a good, fast start. Now, the other thing is, the rain will slicken up the Keyworth pitch, given the way City likes to play the ball and the way they can move with their one-touch passing. That can allow some of those runs on the wings to have a little more joy and move a little quicker. So it's going to be interesting to see which plays a role here, whether Grand Rapids has regained their wind a little bit and will be able to handle the pace that City can bring to things, or whether or not the now wet Keyworth pitch will play to City's favor.
As we begin again here at Keyworth Stadium, reminding you, our Watch City stream brought to you by Baker College. Here's Danny Deacon with it. Abdoulaye Diop on the switch to the far right side. Here's Will Perkins. Perkins has had some space to operate in here tonight. Kervin Kenton in that left corner. Kenton has it popped away.
Good first move by Kenton there.
The whistle sounds and the foul is called. And
Kervin's jumping around,
the turf.
That's a foul. They'll call it, and Kervin just needs to extricate himself from the situation there.
So early on, some sparks fly. Musagie down on the pitch. 64th minute. 1-0 is the score for those of you that missed the first portion of the match. Eric Connerty scored a goal in the 35th minute. And Grand Rapids FC, despite some of City's better efforts, have been able to make that goal hold up. As Trevor James looks down at Musagie, and he has to make the decision, John. Is this bad enough for a substitution? And it looks like that is your answer. Tendai Jadida looks like he will be making his way into the match.
Addition to the City squad for this match. Tell you what, he played with Cincinnati Dutch Lions. This guy's got and a couple of other NPSL teams. I believe he was with AFC Ann Arbor as well.
Grand Rapids FC sends it up into the rainy night sky. Strong right boot. O'Riordan coming into the match after the rain lightning delay.
He was originally a starter, Neil. He was a late scratch. They made the change, and now he's back on the pitch.
Kervin Kenton will backtrack, but there you get a good look, John, at something that you brought up about what the rain does to the pitch here at Keyworth. That ball will skip now. This match will play a lot faster than the first half of the match we saw. That ball will skip around the pitch.
Yeah, no, it's going to be dead now. It'll take some of the bounce out of the pitch. It's going to allow for a quicker first touch. It's going to allow for City's pace if they can get the good first touch, like a through ball there, but it'll also run. So you got to take a little bit off your through balls. Let it run. The bounce is going to be truer. Know that you don't have to give it as much, and let your wingers get on the end of it.
So rain continues to fall. Joe White will put the boot to it. Joe White very solid in the first 65 minutes of this matchup. Made a point-blank stop against Will Perkins. The left post was his friend. I believe that was off the foot of Danny Deacon, if memory serves.
The ball off the post was Max Todd there in the first half.
Excuse me.
Nice turn and move there, but it was a feed from Deacon. You were
That's right.
right on
I
that
knew he was
partner.
involved somewhere.
Deacon was there. It was a nice feed through from Deacon, and Max turned and just pinged it off the upright. So now you got 24 minutes plus whatever stoppage time the official tries to give you. Grand Rapids will try to take some of this air out of the game in about 10 minutes. So City's got about 10 more minutes of generally open play before I think you start to see Grand Rapids try to grind things down. And now we've got a whistle and some extra.
And Connerty right now with some time wasting, I believe he will go in the book. And he will.
Yeah.
Connerty was standing there holding the ball. City was looking to get it restarted and going.
And
that's
a good
correct call.
Good call by the officials. He knows what they're trying to do, and if that official is worth his salt, he'll also now remember that and put extra time at the clock at the end.
68th minute, and you can feel it in the air though, John. I mean, the intensity. Everybody knows what's at stake. Detroit City FC can clinch a playoff spot with a victory if they can come back and get a win.
Oh, nice back heel.
Back heel. Abdoulaye Diop crosses over, and he will win a corner.
That's a nice move by Lay. Double crossover. The ability to stop on that wet turf. Could we see a long throw here, backing up all the way to the fence?
Jadida will serve it up, throws it inside the 18.
Grand Rapids. Neil, Grand Rapids started this game with 4 at the back. It's now about 7 in 2 waves. The midfield 4 has dropped back for Grand Rapids. It's going to be tough to break that down.
Suffice to say, the bus has been parked, John,
yes,
for the final 22 minutes of this match.
You know what, though? Champions find a window. And that was pretty good placement, except it caught the wind.
It's punched over the line. Will that be a corner? It will. Joe White has an issue right now. Feels like he was obstructed with. But DCFC will come away with the corner.
Low.
Max Todd sends it through.
Low line there. There was a lot of space for City. Not a well-placed corner. One center back right now for City. Everybody up front. Kervin Kenton, the last man back at the moment for City, as they just pour forward, sensing the opportunity for an equalizer.
There was a lot of traffic right around that 18 line. Lots of bodies.
Careful.
Austin Swike on top of Will Perkins. Will Perkins takes exception. And there will be a stern talking to. Joe White, very veteran move coming over to join in the discussion.
Yeah, this is going to get chippy real fast.
Oh, real fast. It already is. Make no mistake about it.
This is
there's pleasantries exchanged there.
On a scale
that will not be the case going forward.
No, on an intensity scale of 1 to 10, we're at about a 12.5.
Yeah.
At this point.
If it were a Taylor Swift song, you would say, "Are you ready for it?"
Go ahead.
That's all right, John. We'll begin again.
It's all right.
Joe White will put the boot to it. 71st minute.
You know what? I outgrew Taylor when I was 22.
That ball flicked ahead. And I believe this is the man you're going to have to watch for Grand Rapids FC. Fatorotti is going to be the guy that has been a factor tonight. He's been dangerous. He set up the goal, actually, by Connerty.
Great move on the byline to send it back in.
Well,
supporters have thinned out a bit here at Keyworth Stadium. The rain delay drove some people away, but the Northern Guard still in full voice, and the drums didn't stop for the entirety of that 2-hour rain delay.
Hunter Morse will come off the line to play that as he will set things up.
Smart.
Are you looking for a neighborhood bar to go to after any DCFC game or just a fun night out in Hamtramck? Swing by and see our friends at the Painted Lady, just down the road here from Keyworth. You can walk there.
Smart there by Hunter to keep the play moving. And again, the almost for City come to fruition because there's been a couple of near misses so far in this last 5 minutes.
Jadida with some pace. Danny Deacon curls back heel over top of the bar. Boy, Max Todd almost put home an all-world one.
That was almost the most unintentional, beautiful goal ever. He was going for the header and then realized he'd missed it and tried with the feet. And that would have been a Sports Center.
We would have seen that for years.
Sports Center top 10 for certain. And now, of course, Joe White is going to inspect all the turf down there. We got a substitution coming in.
Cyrus Sadie checks into this match as the plot thickens.
And Grand Rapids bringing in Jack McCarron, native of Dublin, Ireland, coming in.
Assistant coach at Aquinas College. Motor City Casino Hotel is the official hotel and casino of Detroit City FC. Be sure to log on to DebtCityFC.com to watch the Motor City match recap from tonight's game. As we motor through to the 74th minute. Has not been a lot of flow to this one since we've restarted after that long lightning delay.
You know, and all night, and even here now, Neil, watch City's touches. It's not just a fluid first touch. It's a touch to control and then a touch to move. That extra half second is allowing Grand Rapids defenders just to come in and take away the passing options, take away the movement options.
As the rain continues to fall here at Keyworth. Stephen Carroll with the service, nobody on the other end, and Joe White will let it matriculate before picking it up. Joe White booms it down the pitch.
And that
very strong leg from White.
That's designed to do nothing but get it down there and make City come again. There's no real purpose except for hoof it long.
And here comes a developing situation, but Jalen Chrysler closes the door. Bakey Goodman mixed up.
Bakey Goodman
got it ahead to
fouled.
Sean Lawson. Here comes a race. Can Max Todd win it? And the foul is called as Jalen Shannon spilled to the turf.
You can't have a whole lot to say about that, Neil. That was a foul. He had position. Max went through him. You don't like it, especially on the other end when Bakey Goodman kind of got run over and there was no call. But when you're well behind the player and you do a swim move to try to get past him, the referee's going to call that most times.
Ball pounded down the pitch one more time. Mendoza tried to step through it. There is Jadida to play it away.
15 to go here, Neil, and you're now getting to the point where a draw is an okay result for Detroit City. You would like the win, but you need the equalizer here at first.
Jadida's cross sent in. It's headed in the air. Cyrus Haiti gives one a go. That's blocked. Sean Lawson recovers. Stephen Carroll has that sent backwards. Cyrus Haiti with the service. That goes through everyone. But you get the feeling that man on your screen, Cyrus Haiti, might have some magic for everybody here in attendance.
Well, you know, the midfield maestro is on for heart. That's what that is. You look at the look on his face. This guy's bled rouge and gold for the last 6 years of his life. And you don't dare, you know, when I take a look at Cyrus on the pitch, one of my favorite stories came from covering the Red Wings back during their and we've got a substitution here. Coming on is number 35, not on your roster. Might have been.
Fair enough.
You know what? It might have been just a dry jersey or something like that, or a number change, but we don't know who 35 is. One of my favorite stories going back to that from covering the Red Wings during their cup runs in 08 and 09 was when Dominik Hasek was talking about why he always wanted to be in the dressing room and in the weight room, and he was asked once why, even on his off days, he went in and worked hard, and he pointed at Steve Yzerman and he said, because and he pointed at Nick Lidstrom and said, because if I slacked off, I'd have to answer to them. And I think that's kind of the way people feel about Cyrus here. He's on for heart. He's going to play with grit, and he's got the magic in his legs to try and make something happen.
White booms it down the pitch one more time to number 35. And number 35 may go in the book. And he will. We don't know who number 35 is because he's not on the roster, but whoever it is,
he's going in the book.
He's going in the books. It says yellow card, 79th minute, number 35.
We'll call that hashtag NPSL problems.
City will restart it. '79th minute. Boy, just the choppiness of this second half continues. City will go up the right side again. Sean Lawson attempting to step through as it played off. Scott Doney tried to thread the needle for number 35. Hunter Morse comes up off the line.
That's a great play by Morse. If he stays back, he's in a lot of trouble.
I always marvel with the keepers. The split second they have to make that decision. And 99 times out of 100, they're right.
It's the toughest decision they have to make.
Well,
That between punch and catch and coming off your line. Those are the two toughest decisions you have. That's a foul that didn't get called. Oh, look out here. Get it near wing. Get it near wing and let Curvin go. Right now.
here's Danny Deacon looking for Tendai Jadida. Jadida can't get the pass between the legs of the defender. O'Riordan sent it ahead. But here's Jalen Chrysler to Diop. '80th minute. Reversal for City. Boy, nicely handled by Jadida to Danny Deacon. Deacon makes his move. A little 1-2. Deacon across. Cyrus Sadie on that right side. You see the space they give Sadie. Bakey Goodman can move up.
Get back post.
Jadida. His cross over top of the cage. Nobody able to get on the other side.
I think that's
Detroit City Fieldhouse is Detroit's newest indoor athletic facility located in the heart of Detroit. Leagues are now forming for adults and youth. Check it out at debtcityfc.com for more info.
Going to be very interesting to see whether City can, as they're trying these services into the box, account for the win. That last service, I think, got up and rode the breeze over the byline.
And now it's time for the official attendance, brought to you by Rip It Energy, the official energy drink of Detroit City FC. Tonight's official attendance, 6,807. And a good deal of them has stuck around after the nearly 2-hour lightning delay. So big props to the City fans, as always, for showing up, showing out. Max Todd unable to get on the other side.
I like the movement, though, better from City. This is better than what we saw in the first hour of this match. If City can keep the pressure on, move that line higher, you can ask a lot of questions of the Grand Rapid defense.
Jadida finds Danny Deacon. Deacon goes wide to the right, but nobody out there, as Joe White will come and scoop it up.
And another hoof and get it out of there. That's all that punt is supposed to be.
That ball crosses over the line. And the throw-in coming up.
Got somebody tweeting in with the hashtag NGSCalle8. Obviously coming to us from Miami tonight, which makes me want a Cuban sandwich.
Those are good, no doubt.
Very good.
O'Riordan tosses it in.
By the way, Amanda Jakowski is watching tonight from home. She's normally on the capo stands for the Northern Guard, but she couldn't make it out tonight, was feeling a little under the weather. And it's not often we get Amanda watching us live. One of the wonderful people that makes City Match Days so special. So we're glad she tuned in this evening. And her sister, Stephanie Cannell, and new baby Essie, who a week into her life is apparently sprouting some supporter-level lungs.
Doney goes across, but instead it'll be Stephen Carroll. Had Tyler Fisher running up with him on the play, but instead chose to go across. Here's Cyrus Sadie. Chips it wide to the right. Sean Lawson, his cross. Goes all the way across the pitch. Corner to corner. Bakey Goodman. Cyrus Sadie hesitates. Jadida sends it up towards the frame. Boy, and Joe White took that one in the midsection. But
Tell you
he made
what,
the grab.
He did a heck of a job coming through traffic. That was a tough ball for him to see and be able to collect like that. Those are balls that are easily spilled. And he did a really good job of coming through and making that save. Smart there to play it back to the keeper. Now reverse field. That's a great way to move it up.
85th minute. The screws continue to tighten here in Keyworth. Stephen Carroll goes to Bakey Goodman. Jadida again. Goodman service towards that back post, and nobody on the other end for City.
Too much. Too heavy. And that's been the story of a lot of this evening for Detroit City Football Club. I've said it a couple times, but it bears repeating. It's a match of almosts. The feathery touches that were there during the softer portion of the schedule against Villa and Columbus and Indiana, they've been challenged tonight. It's been tougher for them, and it hasn't been the same kind of ball movement.
Becky Goodman sends it to the top of the D, and now City will try it again. We move towards the 87th minute. Diop to Max Todd. Todd's touch lets him down as that one sent up towards the crowd.
Max, the intent was good, the execution put it right onto a defender's boot.
Jadida goes to Diop. Diop with some space, fires it with the right foot. White knocked it down and was able to make the grab. There was some extra mustard on that hot dog.
That was a laser in not much space. That's a heck of a shot and a heck of a run through midfield.
Diop tries to turn.
And got fouled.
Stepping up, O'Riordan makes the play. Doney just flicks it up towards the frame.
Throw it on the other wing. There we go. Nice move by Morse. Didn't wait. Get it the other way. Reverse the field. Heck of a play by the keeper. Smart decision.
Becky Goodman to Max Todd. Todd towards the back post, making a run. It's in the back of the net. A goal for City. Sean Lawson, of course.
Number 9 scores number 9 on the season, and we are level. It's been a long time coming for City, but almost finally turned into finished. And by the way, Sean Lawson finished it. It started with Hunter Morse coming out and sending the ball up the far wing. It forced Grand Rapids defense to respect the other touch line. That allowed space and allowed City's pace to take over. And all the way the other end, Sean Lawson puts us level with about 6 minutes left, including stoppage time.
Throw-in coming up for City. And you looked at the way Lawson plucked that ball out of the net too, kind of ran it up towards midfield. City doesn't look like they're finished just yet.
We've seen that before. Reminds me of Seb Harris back in 2017 without the windmill. Go get another one. It's not a 3-0 lead, but blowing a 1-0 lead would be just fine for City faithful here tonight.
Joe Brookhuizen will come in.
And this substitution is all about wasting time and hoping the referee won't put as much stoppage time back on his watch.
Brookhuizen had a brace against Detroit City FC back in 2016.
Okay, decide who's coming off. Let's go. There we go. That away. Surprised they didn't stop to thank everybody on the pitch before leaving.
Grand Rapids FC looks very content with a draw.
Well, it keeps them in the game, and they have an easier run. Their remaining fixtures are at FC Indiana Sunday and against Michigan Stars next week. They should get 6 points out of that. They're hoping that those 6 points, coupled with DCFC having to go to Ann Arbor and Kalamazoo, could possibly not allow them to sneak in the back door at this point. A loss puts them out, a draw keeps them in, and they have by far the easier run in.
Chrysler booms it ahead. Danny Deacon on the move. Cyrus Sadie will play it down. Sadie chips it ahead, looking for Max Todd.
Cyrus hasn't stopped running since he came on the pitch. God bless that man.
Diop, a heavy touch, but gets on the other side of it. Diop inside the 18 is taken down. The official says play on.
That's a good call. He was going down already. City faithful don't like it, but I don't know that I blow the whistle there.
And now Max Todd will get a yellow.
Yeah.
And we are in stoppage time.
Or is that the Grand Rapids keeper getting the yellow? Hold on. No, it's going to be Todd. He was talking to the Grand Rapids keeper, waiting to get the free kick. Or the drop ball, rather.
And Joe White will play it out. Sends it up towards the 18. There'll be 5 minutes of stoppage time. Stephen Carroll gets on the other side to prevent a corner for Grand Rapids. Good hustle on a Carroll. The throw-in coming up for City, but another substitution. Dan Bully will come in.
Young man played for Great Britain, the 2007 and 2009 World University Games. Played in the youth system of Yeovil Town.
Very strong player in college at the University of Buffalo. Two-time All-MAC first-team performer. Scored 27 goals in his college career. Five minutes of stoppage time. Sent inside the 18, comes out, there's a shot that banged off the post. McCarron hit the right post, and Morse made the grab.
Oh, nice touch, look out here.
Danny Deacon up ahead, Sean Lawson.
Oh, no, 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 no.
And there will be a red card to Jacob Vanderlaan.
Perfect. I thought they were going to raise the flag for offside, and I was going to go apoplectic.
So Vanderlaan will get the red, a straight red.
Funny thing is, Trevor James is arguing that stopping it there probably hurt City because the advantage might have led to a chance on goal.
Grand Rapids FC now down to 10 men as the plot thickens.
And I guarantee you what Trevor James is saying is put time on for that. If you're going to give the red card, put time on and realize what they were doing. Wow.
How about this buildup, though? Jack McCarron bangs one off the right post. And then City on the other side. Jake Vanderlaan takes a red. And here we go. Danny Deacon service looking for Chrysler. Chrysler up in the air.
Get to it. Nice
Sean
job.
Lawson does. Here's Deacon again. Deacon curls one towards the post. Chrysler one more time. Couldn't fight his way through Tyler Fisher.
Keeper's already on a booking for time wasting. He's going to have to play it.
Here's Danny Deacon with some space on the move. Sean Lawson on the right side. That touch lets him down.
Nice step in. Oh, no, no,
Jadita
no.
will be hit with a foul call.
Wow. All right. That's tough. That's tough. Well, interesting here. Grand Rapids going to punt it forward. The keeper's up here to take this. If City can win possession and spring a winger quickly, the
That
counter
gets
would
through.
be there.
To the left side. Was loose for a second. Curvin Kenton
Like this.
Cyrus Sadie.
Run.
Danny Deacon's all alone on the right side. And here comes Danny Deacon. It's onside. Deacon to the 18. The stop is made by Joe White.
He didn't get enough of it, Neil. He scuffed it. Oh. If that's taken with pace, it's probably by.
Oh, Max Todd was up in the rush too. Corner served, and White off the line to make the grab. Joe White has stood tall here tonight for Grand Rapids FC. A couple of point-blank stops.
And a helpful post. Although the posts are 1-1 now.
And here's a chance on the other side. Doney instead will play it towards the left. And here comes City one more time. They're 5 back for Grand Rapids.
Max wanted it on the wing, and that's going to be it.
The whistle sounds, and we will end in a 1-1 draw. Some fireworks at the end of this one. But 1-1 the final after Sean Lawson saves the day for City with a goal in the 88th minute to tie things up. Detroit City FC, however, moves to 27 points on the season.
And they'll go top of the table on goal difference.
And that is the case, which sets up the showdown. All eyes on the 7-3-4 this Sunday. Detroit City FC, AFC Ann Arbor. And the winner pretty much writes its destiny.
Well, Neil, let's take a look at it. First of all, I'm going to play good news now for the City faithful who would have wanted a win tonight to clinch a playoff spot at home. You still control your destiny. You're now level on points and top of the table on goal difference with AFC Ann Arbor. And you've now both played 12. You win on Sunday, you got a 3-point lead with 1 to play and the goal difference advantage, okay? So there's positives there for Detroit City Football Club, but it now becomes that must win, because if the two teams draw and go to 28, then you allow Grand Rapids at 26. They still have a shot, but you have a situation where they have an easy run in. So again, you love playing for these moments at the end. You love the way City responded in the final 15 minutes, the best 15 minutes they had of the match. They can take that strong into Sunday at Concordia in Ann Arbor against the hated rival AFC Ann Arbor, the Mighty Oak.
Let's take a look ahead for Detroit City FC. Of course, on Wednesday night, FC Juarez of Liga MX will be in town for a special exhibition match, and we will have all the action for you here on the Watch City stream, brought to you by Baker College. Kalamazoo FC on the road Saturday, July 13th. Of course, all eyes, though, on Sunday coming up. AFC Ann Arbor, Detroit City FC, all the chips in the middle of the table in terms of a Great Lakes Conference division lead. Certainly, the winner of that match puts themselves in a great position to actually win the Great Lakes Conference division. Everything's on the line, John. There's nothing else to say.
No, not at all, except to kind of break it down a little bit. One thing to note is that AFC Ann Arbor didn't play tonight. They're going to be rested, and they're going to be at home. City's going to have to come up. They're going to have to show that fortitude we know they have, get 3 points, write their ticket.
Well, thanks to everybody for sticking with us all evening long through the long delay as well. Certainly, City fans were rewarded with that goal from Sean Lawson in the 88th minute. For my broadcast partner, John Krieger, our entire Watch City crew, my name is Neil Rule, reminding you one final time, level here at Keyworth. 1-1, Detroit City FC and Grand Rapids FC. Thank you, everybody, for watching the Watch City stream, brought to you by Baker College. Well, see you later.